You got quality options first try. Nice. All right. So, today we finished this game. We have one more part left. Just Yagumo Part 5. Deedlit, how's it going? Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. We're almost to the end. Hopefully this part is good. It ends well, and I'm happy. But we're gonna finish this part today, no matter how long it goes. We're not stopping until it's done. Which the longest part we've had so far has been 5.5 hours. So I don't expect this to be that long. But we'll see. Let's do it. Yagumo Part 5 Prologue. Okay, well Riho's here now. That's a good thing to start with. Cool, okay. Now then, star actress. How about one last line to pull the curtains on this? Again? A great actress wouldn't complain there. Fine. So this is the end of Riho Part 2? Hello, hello, hello. Val! Hello, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I might have to pause again in a bit. Easter stuff is happening. My rocket getting ready. Oh? Oh? Are the rockets going off? Sage, what's up? It is a weekend, I know. Happy Easter! Alright. And so we put the capricious paw behind us, but we were unaware of the next case that awaited us. What was that throw? It's like, you know, to be continued next week. Happy Easter! The screen before his eyes shows nothing but white static as the sound of a reel rolling back rings through the film. Wait, this is the film from oh my god. Okay. I see now, I think. This was the film from 10 years ago. Whoa, okay, that changes things. Never mind about the Riho stuff, I guess. Sayama slowly reaches for the projector and switches it off. With this, the lighting in the room goes out, leaving only a dim darkness. Oh my god. And it seems that's the end. With that whisper, he thinks he can make out the faint sound of Sayama stirring, after which the room's light blinks back on. Huh. Yagumo pretends to squint from the bright light, taking the chance to wipe off the moisture from his face. After waiting for Yagumo to take a few breaths, Sayama speaks to him somberly. Ultimus, hello, how's it going? Well? Well, what? Oh my goodness, okay, that's way different than what I was thinking, holy moly. Okay. Well, it looks like the two films he brought in were, without a doubt, pilot films from the project 10 years ago. This is what you've been looking for the whole time, isn't it? What do you think then? You satisfied? Am I satisfied, huh? I didn't really look for these for satisfaction. Oh. Well, in which case, why were you so desperate to find them? Oh, what then, Daga meme? Hmm? Goose, hello. Oh, the first switch? Yeah. Yeah, if you beat the witch to the portal, there's 3 air slides you can do that I guarantee you get it. Logic's done it. He had it consistently. He didn't hit it in his PB, but I think he hit it the 3 runs in a row before. It's good. It's really good. I think I did it in my no reset before the relay. Last Friday. But it's crazy. It goes so fast. Because you just get to spam it. Bought Nier Automata, Goose. I hope you enjoy it. I still haven't played it. I should play it. I'm torn between what casual game to do next. Nier Automata, maybe. I could play Yakuza 0. Could buy and play 13 Sentinels as well. Those are like the 3 things that I'm trying to decide between. But we'll see. We'll see what we do. Alright. From what I've seen, they're pretty run-of-the-mill mystery dramas. I didn't find anything in that film that would get it suspended, so there has to be some kind of other reason you're so obsessed with it. Because I don't think this is something worth going out of your way to find. No, this has value on its own. At least to me it does. And what? Seems like Sayama might ask him what value that is, but Yagumo shakes him off and gets to his feet. Thank you for letting me use the projection room. Hey, Yagumo. I could play Replicant. Replicant comes out this month, right? Hey, Yagumo. What is it? You said seeing this didn't leave you satisfied. But you are whole with this, right? In that case, you should forget about all this. You should focus on your own project now. This is your big chance to make a splash out there. I appreciate your advice, but I can't forget about this. This is off to a very good start. I'm actually excited now. This changed my thoughts on a lot of it, which is interesting. And it's done that within like the first 5 minutes of this part. Wow. Yagumo says this with a stiff, almost mechanical voice and leaves the room. I did finish Nosha, yes. It was very good. Left behind, Sayama stares at the door Yagumo went through with a bitter expression. Huh. Huh. Yagumo switches on his PC and checks his mailbox. Just one unread mail from Sakuya. Subject tonight. From Sakuya. Dear brother, don't forget we're having dinner tonight. That's at 6:30 in Volare, a restaurant in Matsue. Right, we're supposed to have dinner together tonight. I can't forget about that. Yagumo checks his watch, confirming he still has some time, and then clicks the refresh button on his mailbox a few times. After refreshing a few times, he confirms there were no new mails. No mails from any sham shamans today, huh? No Life is good. No Life to Risk of Rain 2? I still haven't played any Risk of Rain 2 since release. I played it, like, for a week when it hit early access. Played some with Vest and Nesu at one point, and then just never played it again. But now that it is in full release, and it's been in full release for a while, I should pick it back up. Play it again. You know, the Binding of Isaac DLC, Repentance, just came out this week as well. So I might pick that up, play it off stream. I haven't played Binding of Isaac in a long time now. It's been a few years. 3 or so years. But Binding of Isaac was like what got me into roguelikes initially. Played a lot of Binding of Isaac. After returning from the Capricious Hall, he had been checking it every day, but ever since, he stopped getting mails from Yugensai Kumashiro. I guess Yugo really was the one sending those mails under Yugensai Kumashiro's name. But Yagumo opens his inbox and types Kumashido into the search bar. All the emails Gensai Kumashido sent him so far show up on the screen. Death surrounds you. Tomorrow I will show you my power. What did you think? Let's meet up. Oh, okay. Subject, death surrounds you. From Gensai Kumashido. Dear Max Yagumo, my clairvoyance told me death surrounds you. The Suwano incident was just the beginning. More people around you may disappear. You are destined to dance with death. Your destiny was already sealed after the events 10 years ago. Please let me save you from this destiny. I have the power to do so. Yagumo glares at the email while crossing his arms in thought. There it is, the letter alluding to the events of 10 years ago. Yugo couldn't know about me being after the pilot films from 10 years ago. That means whoever wrote this mail was someone other than him that knew about it and tried to draw me out. Yagumo stayed as he did for a moment, lost in thought. But realizing thinking would get him nowhere, Yagumo heaves a sigh and closes the mail. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Tomorrow I will show you my power. From Gensai Kumashido. Dear Max Yagumo, I'm relieved you finally responded to my email. This may be the first step to saving your soul, but for true salvation, you must deepen your trust in me and strengthen our bond. Please tell me where I can meet you tomorrow. Look for someone with a crutch. Yugo got me involved in that incident and tried to pin the crime on me. Assuming he needed to make me have contact with Sakurai, it wouldn't be unnatural to assume he sent me that mail. Subject, what did you think? From Gensai Kumashido. Dear Max Yagumo, I felt the need to demonstrate my power before we met, and thus I punished a villain with hellfire. What did you think? Surely now you believe in my power. Yep. If Yugo came up with the tricks surrounding Sakurai's body, it would make sense that he wrote this mail, I suppose. Besides, this was all in preparation towards me being lured to the Capricious Hall. Same with this email. The let's meet up. He brings me to the beach. Let's meet up. From Gensai Kumashido. Dear Max Yagumo, I see you finally believe in me. I'm quite pleased. It seems the time has come for me to meet you face to face. Please come to the Kuniyuzuri beach tomorrow night at 9. I shall tell you everything I know about the project from 10 years ago. This was the first instruction I was mailed to lure me to the Capricious Hall. In other words, it makes sense Yugo wrote this. He was waiting for me at the Capricious Hall after all. Yagumo heaves a deep sigh and looks up to the ceiling. It's all jumbled up, like Yugo wrote some of the mails and someone else wrote the rest. Very weird. And Gensai Kumashida's mails were sent by multiple senders. Yeah, I guess it wasn't just Yugo that sent them after all. So I should assume there were 2 people that sent me emails under Kumashido's name. Been playing Repentance with a few friends. Hey, Steam Link is painful. Oh. I hope you've been enjoying it though. Still in the middle of P3 FES and PQ1. I still have not finished P3 FES. I don't know if I will. Maybe at some point. Hey, how's work going? As Yagumo enters the room and calls out to her, Maguri replies while moving the mouse busily and without looking up from the monitor. Man, the end is finally in the horizon. There's over 50 hours worth of data in here after all. Well, we kept the camera rolling the whole time while scoping out locations. It would add up that much. It would add up to that much. For now, I divided it into material that's good for location scouting and material for bonus footage. Got about 70 minutes in there. Sounds about right. Keep up the good work. How far am I? I'm in January. Like right after New Year's. Roger that, Chief. Oh, and... Is it really alright if I scrub all the scenes for, like, the real deal murders? Scenes out of the data? Oh. Yeah, of course. We don't want other people to see that, and we don't want any reminder of that either. We only took those to help the cases to begin with. Once the cases are closed, we don't need them anymore. Right, that's good then. Knowing you, I was worried you might tell me to keep it in since it'll make for good material. I'm not that nasty, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't make me out to be that way. Not like anything you said or done so far is very indicative of good taste. That's rude. But hey, don't worry, just the thought of having actual footage from a murder scene on my hard drive gives me the willies. I guess that's just common sense right there. Anyway, I should have this finished overnight, and I'll upload it to the server once I'm done. I made 2 folders for the master data and the data I extracted to stay on the safe side. Erase the master folder after you see everything's fine. I mean, I can't erase it on my own. Right, got it. I know it's a lot of work, but give it one more push. Sure thing. Magari nods in what looks like a salute without tearing her eyes off the monitor, and Yagumo leaves the editing room. Okay. Yagumo gulps down some cold water from his personal mug, placing a hand on his chest as he waited for his heightened pulse to go down. His films. I knew it. That was what I've been looking for this whole time. Yagumo closes his eyes and looks up. Memories that had been sealed in his heart 10 years ago are beginning to stir again. Okay. Interesting. Go to the headquarters. See if we can see Isogami. Yagumo meets Isogami for the first time since the incident in Inotsu with a stiff expression. Isogami enters the room slightly later than planned and takes a seat on the reception room sofa with an exaggerated gesture. Oh, Maxie, this time I really am in a panic. It all ended well because you caught the culprit before the press caught wind of it. But this time it was just a little too poppin' for my tastes. My apologies. I imagine having a false charge pressed on me must have left me really panicked. Well, I suppose I can't blame you. An inquiry from the police came in, and let me tell you, it was hell. Some of the execs even mentioned suspending the project. Though I did manage to use my authority to stop that from happening. No, really, I can't thank you for all your help with this project, Isogami. Don't mention it. You can pay me back for it with good work. I've always had a good opinion of you, Maxie. So, how's the writing going? If you don't get started on it soon, we won't have time to order a scenario writer. I have the main concept down. I've got a good location scouted out, so I figured I'd go there to focus on work for a while. I see. That's good then, because I think I almost found a writer that'll work with you. Try to get along with them too. I hope you two come up with a good poppin' scenario together. I will. I'll do my best not to cause you any more trouble. I'm counting on you. Yagumo bows one more time and walks away from Isogami. It's almost time for me to meet Sakuya. Director! Hito is standing in front of the restaurant. Her face lights up upon seeing Yagumo, and she raises her hand to wave toward him. Seeing her like that, Yagumo feels like he just made up with his date. This feels nice. Yagumo jogs over there, feeling his heart beat a bit faster than it should. Sorry I kept you waiting. You could have waited inside. Oh no, we finally get to meet up, so I wanted to go in with you. Your sister and the others are already inside. I saw them here earlier, so I already told them hello. Right. Then let's hurry on in. Yes. Okay. We get to see Yagumo's sister. Oh, Rintaro! Here, over here! A familiar voice calls out to him from a table by the window. Her voice echoed through the quiet restaurant, and feeling everyone's gaze fix on them, Yagumo hurries over to the table. Don't shout, doofus! Sorry. Oh, let me introduce you. This is Yamagishi, the director I've been working with. Kentaro Yamagishi. A pleasure. Hello. Rintaro Yagumo. Seeing Yamagishi composedly extend a hand toward him, Yagumo hurriedly fixes his posture and shakes his hand. Kentaro Yamagishi. He was one of the project's 3 directors, along with Max Yagumo and Izaya Ibuse. Sakuya works under him. Based on her suggestion, the 2 directors decided to meet for dinner today. I've seen the work you submitted to the Asian Film Convention. It was good work. I can see why Miss Ibuse gave you such high praise. Oh, not at all, thank you. I think I've seen most of your work too. How do I put it? It showed me you can make good work even under a limited budget. It was inspiring. Yamagishi more like... Oh, you make me blush. Seeing the 2 of them speak quietly, Sakuya whispers to Itoha. Miss Ibuse? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the miss was there. Maybe that's referring to Monami? I don't know. I don't know why the miss, but or it's just another weird translation thing that doesn't make sense. Just look at the sparks fly. Sparks all over the place. Really, it just looks like they're talking to me. That's just on the surface, but you can be sure there's sparks flying between the 2 of them. After all, this is a joint project between 3 directors. Neither of them can step down. Oh. I mean, I'm confident I'd steal the show as the lead role, but when I met you, I realized I'm in for some tough competition. Really? Yep, I'm not gonna lose. I'll win in the end. You'll see. I'll definitely beat you and shine as the main star. Bang! You don't have to go out of your way to build up this sense of rivalry. I'm pretty sure you're just joking, though. You figured it out? I figured doing this will help hype us up. But since this is joint work, we should all try to liven up the project. Right, Director? Rintaro? That's our intent, of course. Yeah, we'll definitely make sure it's a success. Yep, then let's have a toast for the project's success. Cheers! The 4 lift their glasses, clicking them together at the table center with a clear sound. Ah. 2 hours later, having finished their frank, friendly dinner, the group leaves the restaurant. What are you doing after this, Sakuya? The director's gonna go around Shimane scouting out locations, so I figured I'd join in. Maybe I'll actually get caught up in a real incident like you did, Hitoha. I'm looking forward to it. No, I don't think stuff like that happens so often. Sakuya, you better not cause Yamagishi any trouble with that attitude of yours, seriously. I know, I've never caused him any trouble so far, right, Director? Well, you don't have to worry. I'll take good care of your sister. Yep, take good care of me. Swear. I leave her in your care, Yamagishi. Yes, let's both endeavor to do the best work we can and elevate this project to the next level. And you watch yourself, Hitoha. Wouldn't want Rintaro to make a pass at you. Huh? You idiot! Don't say stupid stuff like that! Rintaro, Hitoha, I'll be seeing you! Sakuya waves at them and then gets into a taxi with Yamagishi. Their taxi drives off. Ah, that girl never changes, I swear. But she's an interesting person. She reminds me of you in some ways, but feels completely different in others. I think we're more different than we are alike. Really now? Well, that aside, you're staying at a hotel right now, right, Hitoha? I'll pay for a taxi, so head on back. Oh, don't. That's a waste. I still have time. I'll take the bus. Then I'll walk with you to the bus stop. Thank you. The two walk side by side, the light of the passing by cars illuminating. Oh, I hit a button. Oh, it's auto-scrolling. I haven't decided yet. I can't stop this. We need to submit a plot for the movie soon, so I'll need to focus on that for the time being. I see, but I'm looking forward to us scouting out the next spot together again. I also can't open the log. The last times were scary, but I had fun so far. I'm glad to hear you say that. Really, I am. Feels like I keep getting you caught up in these awful incidents. He just smiles at Yagumo's words and then hops in place, turning to face him. Okay, I can go back. Because I missed something. Director, did you decide what location we should scout next? Okay. Hito smiles at Yagumo's words and then hops in place, turning to face him. Screenshot. I know. Director, I'd like to ask you something. What is it? Could you burn a DVD with all of my scenes from the location scouting so far? I'd like to send them home to my dad. Oh, that's not a problem at all. I'll have them over as soon as it's done. Thank you very much. See, my dad, he's a bit of a worrywart, so I want to show him I'm doing fine. I assume most parents would be worried at seeing their daughter enter showbiz. I'll ask the editor to put the scenes where you look the most cheerful then. Really? That's a promise, okay? Yeah, I'll show you just how good my editor is. Right, promise. Hitoha. Hitoha suddenly trails off and pitches forward, sinking into Yagumo's chest. And before Yagumo understands what's going on, she crumbles powerlessly down, like a doll with its strings cut. Hey, Hitoha! Hey! Stay with me! Hitoha! Hitoha! Yagumo Part 5 Chapter 1. Uh-oh. F. Man, the director really threw me for a loop when he called in and said he passed out. Or screenshots. So, how are you feeling this morning? They gave me an IV and I got a good night's sleep, so I'm all better now. Apparently I just built up some fatigue, but there's nothing to worry about. Figures. We did have you follow us all around, all over the place, on location scouting. Seriously, location scouting shouldn't be that much of a mess. I feel kinda bad for letting you go through that. Yeah. But don't worry, I'm feeling well enough to be discharged as soon as today. Well, you would say that, but the doctor probably told you to stay in the hospital for a little longer. So it'd be best if she stayed. That's right. We have some time before we start shooting the footage, so you should take the time and rest. But... well, if you need a change of clothes or any daily necessities, just let me know and I'll go get you what you need. Yeah, Magari. Right then. Thank you. Hitoha nods at them with a slightly displeased expression, but then waves and smiles at the two as they leave her room. Are you members of the family? The two go out to the corridor, only to meet the doctor as he's about to enter a room. Ah, no. We're your coworkers. I see. The doctor falls into contemplative silence at their answer, but soon bows his head and disappears into the room with the nurses. Let's go, director. Right. Uh-oh. That's not good. So, what do we do next? Each director is in charge of 3 stories, so we need to scope out at least one more location. But I guess having an actress accompany us is unusual, so I think we can just go and do that on our own. My deadline for submitting the plot is coming up, so we can leave scouting out locales for later. More importantly, though... Jordan, thank you for the good luck. How's it going, Jordan? Did something happen? No, I just want to look into the project from 10 years ago a little more deeply. Thank you for the bad luck, Deedlit. Oh, you didn't tell me you found the film in the Capricious Hall. So why was it there? You saw it there, right? Was there anything interesting in there? No, nothing. Just a normal run-of-the-mill mystery drama. Then isn't that enough? There wasn't anything there, right? No, I only found the first and second part. And the second part ended with foreshadowing for the next part. There should be another. A third film. I have to find it. The reason the project got suspended has to be there. Okay. Oh. Why are you obsessed about it? Besides, whatever reason it got suspended has nothing to do with the shoot, right? Well, I guess, but... Yagumo falls silent, prompting Magari to shrug. Fine, whatever. I'll help you out if it bothers you that much. I won't have much work on my hands once I'm done with our data from the location scouting. I mean, sure, I had to throw up a little, but I get a bonus for it. I didn't have to mention the throwing up part, but I'm thankful for your help. But there is one thing I'm a bit worried about. What was that film doing in the Capricious Hall? I'm not seeing how it's related. In the films I saw, the second one takes place in the Capricious Hall. Yeah. I did think there were a lot of really weird tricks and contraptions there, but apparently that place was built to be a set for a movie. Wow, they built a whole building just for that? Talk about having a large budget. I don't think they built it from scratch, but just modified an existing building. But yeah, it must have been a big expense. I think even weirder than the film, why are the notes that were placed there 10 years ago and taped there still there to this day? That's so weird to me. If Yugo's like in there doing stuff, I'm so surprised that those notes were just left there. Very odd. But if that's true, it's weird to leave the film just sitting there. You can't just leave a precious film like that, forgotten in a movie set. That's what's bothering me. There's no way the staff just forgot it there at the time. They wouldn't treat the master copy carelessly like that. And even if it is just a spare copy, they wouldn't just leave it there. Someone probably got their hands on that film somewhere else and stored it there. You think it was the culprit, Yugo Tomine? It'd be easy if it was him, but he has nothing to do with the project from 10 years ago. I can't see him going out of his way to get it. So what are you gonna do next? You got any leads? Right, first... Interesting. Can we go see Director Ibuse? Yagumo tells Izaya he has important news to share in front of the Miho-kan. After a short wait, Monami exits one of the nearby elevators. Hello there, you two. Hey, Monami. I wanted to thank you for helping me out the other day. Oh my, but you already invited me to that restaurant in Izumo. I think you've been plenty grateful already. Oh no, I still wanted to thank the two of you properly. That's what I like about you, Yagumo. You come across as such a mature man, it's lovely. Not at all. Yagumo grins brightly at Monami's words, earning him a poke to the ribs from Magari, who whispers into his ears. Director, stop drooling over her. Oh, zip it, I'm not drooling. What is it? Oh, nothing. By the way, is Izaya... He's not present at the moment, I'm sorry. He just left you and went somewhere? Yes, he's working on the plot for his movie right now, and he prefers to be left completely alone at times like these. Director Ibuse always works alone when working on a film's plot. Completely alone. I get not wanting to be around other people, but wouldn't having you around make it easier for him? As a manager, I feel the same way, but when it comes to composing the plot in the scenario, he can't write when other people are around. And I think leaving him alone at times like these would be best. I mean, you know what director Izaya is like. Oh yeah, he does look like the type. Right? Anyway, with that in mind, I'll let him know you give him your regards. Yeah, please do. Okay. Yagumo makes to leave the Miho-kan, but then stops in his tracks. Oh? What's wrong? There was someone standing there. Who was that? Shem! Shem, thank you for the raid! How was your stream? How did your runs go? How are you doing? I hope everything's good. Oh, nothing. I thought I saw someone familiar just now. Oh, where? No, I just saw their back, but they're gone now. Oh. Free Xenoblade Chronicles 2 run! Hey! Awesome! That's a great starting point, though. Yeah, getting a run out of the way is awesome. Congratulations. Hey, isn't that... Huh? Yagumo points ahead, where an elderly gentleman is walking down the fair blue flagstone road. It's Hibiya. Oh, isn't that the guy who was in the same inn as us? Hibiya. So it really was him earlier. Just like the first time Yagumo had met him, Hibiya was taking pictures in a professional manner. And two waited for him to be done before calling out to him, so as not to interrupt his work. Hibiya. Hmm? Oh, you two. Hello, we met at... Yunotsu. Yes, it seems there was quite the ruckus after that. I read about it in the newspaper. Quite the embarrassing story. It caused quite the riot. Oh, you were an abducted victim. You've nothing to be ashamed of. He's saying that as relief. What brings you here, Hibiya? Another photography trip? Yes. This time, that's more on the side. Oh, though this time that's more on the side. I came here to meet a colleague of mine for my time as an office worker. Oh, that sounds fun. Quite so, yes. I went drinking with him the other day, and quite a few nostalgic topics came up. He likely had quite the good time, because a gentle smile plays over Hibiya's expression as he speaks. Huh. Anything else?
先ほどサラリーマン時代の後輩とおっしゃってましたが、それは映像関係の
You said a colleague of yours from your time as an office worker. Was that related to photography too? Oh? What made you come to that conclusion? Ah, no, I apologize if I'm wrong. It's just, when I saw you in Yunotsu, I thought the way you handle a camera is very skilled. You looked like a professional photographer. Let us say you have quite the keen eye. I suppose I couldn't fool a fellow man of the trade. Actually, I once worked in Shimane TV. Hibiya worked at Shimane TV. Huh? At Shimane TV, we're actually doing a job for them right now. Oh, and perhaps you know my old colleague. May I ask what they're called? Sayama. Of course, it's a man called Sayama, though right now he works at the Archive Center, so I imagine you aren't involved with him. Is Sayama... Wait! Whoa! Sayama worked under Hibiya during his time... Is Sayama the original Yugensai Kumashido, then? That's gotta be the case, right? He emails Yagumo about the film from 10 years ago and then disappears? Oh my... What? Sayama? We know of Sayama, yes. He's been helping us for a long while now. Oh my. Life does have a way of bringing people together, does it not? Did Sayama originally work at your company? Oh my god! Okay. Okay. Yes, he worked as a cameraman under me. Although, 10 years ago, things took a turn, shall we say. Huh? What do you mean? He was the cameraman? I was not personally involved, and so I do not know all the details, but apparently it was because he was involved with a certain project. It seemed he lingered in obscurity for a few years following that, but he used his past connections to find work at the Archive Center. I see. There's no mistaking it. He was involved with the project 10 years ago. Damn it, he'd been playing coy in front of me the whole time. Hibiya regards Yagumo, who sinks into thought with surprise. Is there anything odd about that? No, it's nothing. I just thought that Sayama certainly went through a lot. Yes, indeed. I think there's a lot to unpack there, but I make it a point not to touch on such matters. Right, I'll do the same. Yeah, because he said originally that he got transferred to the company 8 years ago and wasn't involved in the project. But he was the cameraman, then just like disappeared for a bit and then came back to the Archive Center 8 years ago. Interesting. Can we talk to him? Can we confront him about this? He's not gonna be here, is he? Oh, he's here. Oh, he is here. As always, they find Sayama in the Archive Center with a cup of coffee in hand. What, you came to goof off here again? I got time on my hands, so I don't mind though. In ignorance as always, huh? Still, he kept secrets from me the whole time. He won't just fold and tell me everything, even if I confront him. Having heard what Hibiya told them, Yagumo had to hold back the urge to shake him down for answers. Yagumo speaks, feigning calmness.
そういえば佐山さん
Actually, Sayama,
気になった
there was something I wanted to ask you.
なんだ
Yes?
いやこの前佐山さん何日か無断
I just wanted to ask, remember how you were absent from work for a few days? What was that all about?
ここのスタッフの人が連絡
Some of the staff members
も
said
つかない
they
と言って
couldn't
た
get
から
in touch with you,
行
so
方
we
不
were
明
worried
で
you
も
might have gone
なかった
missing.
と思って焦ったんですが
あ
Oh,
あ
that.
それかお前さんにまで
I apologize if I worried you. Sayama then mutters, scratching his cheek awkwardly.
でな
I was, a bit butthurt.
え
Huh?
だから
I mean, you know, constipated.
何ですか
What? I
よく
couldn't
聞
hear
こえない
you.
んですが
だから
I said I had constipation and needed to go through surgery for it. Okay. Well, that sucked. Sayama was hospitalized over constipation.
は
Huh. Butthurt. Like when it doesn't come in the toilet?
そうだよ
That's right. What other kind of constipation do you know?
あいやそれ
No,
なら
I
せ
mean,
て有給
you
と
took
か
paid time off for that?
取ったよただ
I did, except
どうも恥ずかしいから
it's an embarrassing reason, so I didn't tell anyone except for my boss.
それを勘違いしたスタ
And
ッ
the
フ
staff members just exaggerated and made a fuss saying I went missing.
だけだよ
あ
Oh, so that's what happened. Being embarrassed about it at your age? What are you, a spoiled princess?
うるせえよ
Oh, hush you.
に今お前に
So you just laughed at me for it. That's why I tried to keep it a secret.
隠しときたかったんだよ
あまあその気持ち
Yeah,
は
I can see why you wouldn't want others to know.
でも手術
But wait,
って
if you had
ことは
surgery, it
この辺りだとやっ
had
ぱ
to
り
have been at
松江
Matsue
市民
Municipal,
病
right?
院ですか
That's the closest hospital.
ああ昔からそこで
Yes,
見た
that's the hospital I've always gone to. It's a nice place, the facilities are pretty, and they treat their patients well.
患者への対応も丁寧だ
I'll try to go there if I need to then.
そこで見てもらうことにしますよ
ああ
Yes, you should. Perhaps overly ashamed of having to confess about his butt hurt, Sayama spoke sulkily and looked away. Speaking of the hospital, let's go there. Check up on Hitoha. Nagamo arrives at Matsue Municipal Hospital, and after checking the information board, and head into one of the wards. Wait, where are you going? Hitoha's room is in the cardiology department.
ちょっと確認したいことが
There's something I want to check. Yagumo keeps going without answering Magari's question. Eventually he stops in front of the proctology clinic. Huh, you came here? What are you, literally butthurt?
そうじゃねえよ
No, I'm not. I wanted to check something about Sayama's surgery.
確認取っときたいんだ
Huh. Turning his back to Magari's dubious face, Yagumo calls out to the nurse.
ちょっとすいません
Excuse me, they shouldn't tell us this. But yes?
ここに佐山周平さんって方が
Is there a
入院してると思うん
Sayama,
です
Shuhei Sayama hospitalized here?
見舞いに来たん
He
です
came to
が
visit, but we couldn't find his name on any of the room's name plates. I see, give me a moment. Oh, maybe this'll work. The nurse went over to the nurse's center counselor and returned after a short exchange. Came here for a day surgery, so he wasn't hospitalized. Shuhei Sayama came here for a day surgery, so he wasn't hospitalized. Okay. Sayama had a day surgery.
日帰り手術ですかおかしい
A
な
day surgery? That's odd. He'd
入
said
院するって話
he'd be
聞いてたん
hospitalized.
だけどな
それほど大した症状ではなかったので入院の必要はなかった
Apparently his symptoms weren't that severe, so he didn't need to stay the night here.
手術したと言っても翌日には
Despite the operation, he should be back at work tomorrow.
程度のはずですよ
そうですか
Right.
どう
I
やら
guess I must
俺の
understood
勘違い
then.
のよう
Sorry
です
for
ね
taking your time.
どう
That
も
was a really
どう
good
も
way to
お
get
待たせしました
information. Wow. Yagumo played that very well. Yagumo bowed his head agreeably, and then the nurse leaves with a smile and a nod of the head. Magari turns to Yagumo. What was that just now? Exactly what you just heard. He's been absent for work for at least 3 days, so if it's not because he's hospitalized, why would he lie? That's what I want to know. He's hiding something. Question is, how do we get him to talk? We checked both of these locations. Yeah. Try again anyways, see if there's anything else here. Hebe is still here. Hebe is still here. As the sun shines down on the Aoshidatami street, Yagumo can see Hebe strolling about as if trying to enjoy the scene. Did we get anything else from Hebe? Hebe, do you know anything about the project 10 years ago or Sayama's involvement with it? Like I said earlier, I wasn't directly involved with it. And that aside... Yes? What is it? Hebe hesitates to speak for a moment, but upon sensing Yagumo's interest was serious, he parts his lips gravely. How should I put it? There wasn't quite a gag order, but the atmosphere in the company was... The matter wasn't to be touched. In other words, you felt there was something wrong with the whole thing? Well, everyone involved with the project resigned one by one. As employees, we knew better than to approach the matter. Yes, I can understand why you'd feel that way. Everyone involved with the project resigned one by one, huh? Maybe they didn't actually resign voluntarily, but were instructed from above to resign. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Let's go to... Yeah, this is very weird. Oh, it's you, Maxie! Upon entering Shimane TV's lobby, they run into Isagami, who had just come down. Did we have an appointment scheduled today, Maxie? Oh no, I just figured I should come by every now and then. Oh, right. That's good then. I just have a meeting with the agency next, sorry. Oh, his name's not appearing here. No problem, I'll come again some other time. Stay popped until our next meeting. Isagami hurries off to the entrance, his palm stuck up before his face in an apologetic gesture. You know, I keep asking myself what he means by pompin'. I don't know, he just says it whenever, so I don't think it means anything in particular. Yagumo walks south down the main road, while looking over Matsue's castle's right side. Eventually, he reaches his destination, the large office building standing opposite of the gate to workshop. Oh, this is where you were going? The Shimane Prefectural Police Department, yes. Detective Misawa should be back already. What? I just don't like police stations. They really wrung me out once, and I kinda don't get along with them since. Well, it's not like you're doing anything wrong right now, so you'll be fine. Come on, let's go. I don't wanna. I'm scared, I guess. Come on, let's go in already. Pulling a pouting Magari along with him, Yagumo enters the Shimane Prefectural Police Department and asks for Detective Misawa at the reception. After a short wait, they're led into a room where, for whatever reason, they find Detective Keishino. Huh? Aren't you with Misawa? I take it Misawa's out, taking a deposition for a case. And huh? It's just the two of you this time. What about Hitoha? Hitoha's, working on her own today. Oh, well, I'll be off then. Kishino raises a hand and makes to leave the room, only for Magari to call him back. Wait up! What are you leaving for? We haven't told you what we're here for yet. Fine, talk. What are you here for? It's about Yugo. How's the investigation going? Yugo Tomine, huh? Well, he's been surprisingly cooperative in the hearings, so it's going well. Then I'd like to ask a few things. Before Yagumo can say anything else, Kishino silences him with a hand raised and tells him flat out. Hold on there, bucko. If you want to ask about his testimony, that's a no-go. You can't let information leak in the middle of an investigation. I'm directly involved, though. No, wait, that man locked me up and tried to kill me. I'm a victim here. I think I have a right to hear... No, if I do that, I'll get scolded big time by Detective Misawa. But... to hell with your butts. Wait a minute, Detective Keishino. Magari steps up in front of Keishino and gazes directly into his eyes. Could you please make an exception? What are you trying to pull? An impression of Hitoha, what do you think? I'll place you under arrest the next time you try it. Keishino throws those words up into the air and tries to leave the room again until to once again be stopped by Magari. Wait up! Poor Hito is sick in bed and really wants to know. What? Hito is in the hospital right now, lying in her hospital bed. She told us to ask you about this. Hito is she really in the hospital? Seriously, the poor thing said she feels all alone in the hospital. How awful! The poor baby! I had to go visit her right away. Where is she in the hospital? Well, you see... See what? Just tell me. We'll tell you if you tell us what we want to hear. I mean, we can't just tell you. Hito has our privacy to consider, right, Director? Right. This isn't information we can just divulge on our own discretion. Wait, come now. We're friends, you can tell me. Are we friends, really? You're a friend? Of course, we cracked a case together. And the least you could do is share some information about that case, right? Ugh. We got him. Fine, I can't tell you everything though. It depends on what you're asking. Anyway, what do you want to know? First, I want to know if Yugo was Yugensai Kumashido. I think there's a good chance there was someone else behind him. Oh, that. It's too soon to say for sure right now. How come? We're tracing where the mails were sent from and comparing it to his testimony. We can't know for sure until we're finished checking that. I see. I understand why you feel that way. Is that all you want to know? No, there was something else about the Capricious Hall. The Capricious Hall? See, from what I know, it was built as a set for a movie 10 years ago. I think at that point it legally belonged to Shimane TV. How did Yugo get his hands on that building? That's what you mean. His testimony did mention the place. Apparently they converted an existing building for the shoot. Okay. I knew it. And after the shoot, it was set to be demolished, but Yugo Tomine's father bought it on a whim. The Caprice's hall was bought by Yugo Tomine's father.
それを遠峰が捜索活動の場として使いたいと父親に頼んで事件の現場になってたってことらしい。
Tomine then asked his father to use the place for his production, and that's how it became a crime scene.
なるほど。
Is that right? So Yugo really is unrelated to the project 10 years ago. Figures. It makes no sense given his age, too.
質問は以上か？
Is that all?
ええ。とりあえず。
Yes, that's all we wanted to know for now. Thank you.
これだけです。それじゃ、俺たちは
Then we'll be off. Sorry to have bothered you while you're busy.
ところお邪魔しました。
Quick, run before he knows about Hitoha.
待て待て。人さんの
Oh wait, hold up! Which hospital is Hitoha in?
あー、
Oh,
自分と君たちの仲だよな。
come on, we're friends, tell me!
松江衛生病院っすね。このすぐ近く。
She's at Matsue Medical Hospital, it's nearby.
松江衛生病院。
Matsue Medical Hospital, right. I'll go visit her later then.
見舞いに行かなくて
Yes!
は。
それじゃあ、失
We're
礼
off
し
then.
ます。
どうもー。
See ya! Keishino jots down the hospital's name as Yagumo leaves the room. H1 load remover works? Yay!
マガリン、ひとあちゃんが入院してるの。
Magari, Hitoha isn't hospitalized at the Matsue Medical Hospital. She's at the municipal hospital.
そうっすよ。
I know, but I can't let him anywhere near Hitoha when she's in a hospital
ちゃ
gown.
んに近づけられないっしょ。
True.
ああ。
Oh.
ま、
Oh, you're right.
そういうことっす。
You know I'm right. The two nod at each other and leave the police office behind them hurriedly. Poor Keishino, though. He's gonna go there looking for her, and then he's not gonna find her, and he's gonna be all sad. Where else can we go? Can we get anything else out of...
あれ
Oh, he's gone.
いいっすね。
Huh? He's gone. There's no sign of Sayama in the room. A coffee cup is sitting on the table. Steam still rising
ちょ
from
っ
it.
と席を外してるって感じっすね。
I guess he stepped out for a bit. Maybe he's in the bathroom?
だったらちょうどいい。今のうち、要
Then
件
we're
を
in
済
luck.
ませてしまう
Let's do what we need while he's out.
え
Huh? Ignoring Magari's confused expression, Yagumo takes a handkerchief out from his pocket and started walking around the room. This looks about right, but he noticed it's missing right away. We need his prints. Something in here. There's a can of instant coffee on the bottom shelf, as well as milk for the coffee and sugar
よ
packs.
し、こいつにしとくか。
Right, this should do. Yagumo grabs the instant coffee with the handkerchief and tucks it into his bag.
何してんすか。そんなもんパクるなんて。
Wait, what are you doing? How petty do you have to be to try and lift something like that?
まさか。
Don't tell me you're broke because you had to give me a bonus.
貧乏になってるんすか。
ちげえよ。
No, you idiot. I'm
こいつ
taking
で
this for his
指紋を取らせて
fingerprints.
もらうんだ。
指紋
His fingerprints?
ああ、
Yeah,
これで
this
いい
is all I
ん
need.
だ。
Let's hurry back to the
とっとと
office.
使って事務所に戻るぞ。
Cool.
あ、ちょっと。
Oh, wait up! Still confused, Magari follows Yagumo as he leaves the office. Yagumo returns to the office and immediately hurries to the reception room and starts sifting through the cardboard boxes in the corner.
確かこ
It should be around here.
の
Oh, there it is.
あったほら見ろ。
There,
プ
see?
ロジェクト始まった時に
I bought it in an appliance store in Hiroshima when the project began. It's a fingerprint collection kit.
指紋採取キットってなんでそんなもん
A fingerprint collection kit? Why did you buy something like that?
ちょっと面白そうだったし。
It looked like fun, and I figured it'd be good for coming up with mystery ideas.
んなわけの
Huh?
わからんもん
Just don't spend too much money on useless trash to the point that it cuts into my bonuses, alright?
なるんじゃないっすかね。
いいじゃねえか。
Oh, come on, it's being useful right now. As he speaks, Yagumo spreads out an old newspaper on the table and opens the kit's slipcase. Does that say bitch dogs frozen? Wait, where? Oh, on the poster, it looks like it. Yeah. Just gotta put some fluorescent powder on the pad here and then use the brush to get rid of any spare powder. Oh, I can see it.
うーん、おもちゃっぽい
Wow, it looks like a toy kit, but it picks up fingerprints like the real deal.
取れるもんなんすね。
The two looked up in admiration as fingerprints showed up on the instant coffee can they took from the archive center. Just gotta put some tape on it and stick it to a black mat and done. Well, it's cool that it's done, but those are just Sayama's fingerprints. What was the point of doing this?
こいつについた指紋と比
Well,
べ
compare
る
it to the fingerprints on this. Yagumo says, gesturing towards his table where the film case containing the pilot film from 10 years ago was resting.
これって例の奇想館で監督が見
Is-
つけたってやつでしょ。そんなもんに佐山さんの指紋がついてるわけないんだ。
Didn't you find that thing in the Capricious Hall? Why would Sayama's fingerprints be on that?
普通に考えればそのはず
You'd
だ
assume that, yeah, except...
しかし
Except... Interesting, okay. 30 minutes later, the two of them are glaring at the editing room's monitor.
下地の部分を透
The
明
bottom
化
part's
して
transparent, so when you overlap the two of them together like
こう
this...
して二つを重ねると
On the monitor were the fingerprints they collected from the coffee can and the fingerprints they found on the film. The two were being dragged together before their eyes. The two gasped at once.
だ
A
な
perfect match.
完全に一致
Yeah, it totally fits. So he's Tomine's dad? Fingerprints on the film case and the coffee can are a perfect match.
やはりこのフィルム缶を奇想館に置いたの
So
は
Sayama
佐
placed
山
this
さん
film case in the Capricious Hall.
つかもう一つ別の指紋も採取され
We
て
found
ます
another
けど
set of
そっちは
another sets of fingerprints, but
そりゃ俺の指紋だ
those are mine. I touched the film case too, after all.
俺も触ってるからな
ああそっかだったら
Oh, right.
気にしな
Then we
くてい
don't
い
have to mind those.
でもつ
But-
うことは
Wait, what does
どういう
that?
こと
What does this
なの
mean?
どういうことか
Does it mean, huh?
本人に聞いて
I
みるし
guess
かない
we
だろ
just gotta ask him and find out.
うーん
Hmm. Magari's expression turns severe as she falls silent. Let's go ask. There's no sign of anyone in the control room.
まだ戻って
Sayama isn't back yet, huh?
きてないみたいですね
ああ PC の
Yeah,
電
his
源は
PC is on,
つ
so
い
we
て
should
る
be
から
back soon,
戻って
but
くるんだろうが
we wait for a short while, but there's no sign of Sayama coming back. The two give up and decide to come back later. Oh, we need something else first. I guess, okay. Go back to the hospital and see if we can see Hito, huh? Maybe.
監督あんまり何度も顔出すのも良くないんじゃないですか
Director, I don't think coming here too much is a good idea. Hito's here because she needs to be treated, you know?
それもそうだな今日はこれ以上
Guard of
の
Night,
問題は
what's
やめ
up?
てお
Thank you
こ
for the GOHF. One cycle tornado titan, let's go! Oh, it's such a good feeling. It's so good when that works. Yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't visit her anymore today. Yagumo and Magari turn around and leave the hospital. Shem, thank you for the GLHF. I appreciate it. Getting that one cycle is so nice. It's so hard to pull off, too. Dealer, thank you for the good luck. Hebe is still here. Okay. Hebe, do you know anything
Hibiya-san.
else? Nope. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna, BRB again. I'm back! Okay, that might be the last time I have to pause. So we've, since it's Easter, they were doing, Easter egg hunt for my little sister and, like, hid eggs throughout the house. So I've been pausing when she's, like, come down to look for eggs. And she just found the last one down here. But yeah. It's clipped so it's documented. Sweet. Send me the clip too if you feel like it. Because I'd love to see it. I love seeing the one cycle happen. It's very, very cool. Maybe we can talk to Ibuse now. Maybe he's back. Yagumo asks at the front desk, but apparently Monami went out earlier. If both Monami and Director Ibuse are out, there's no point to me being here. I should go somewhere else. Oh. Unfortunate. Okay, we've got nothing else here. In Mihonoseki. Nothing in the hospital. Can I go back to the studio? See if I can check my email. I don't know if it'll let me though. Oh, it will. Maybe we've gotten more emails. Have we gotten any new emails? Yagumo opens his PC to check his mailbox again, but there doesn't seem to receive any new emails. Nothing new, okay. After opening and closing the mails he got so far a few times, he remembers something and opens the server's file directory. Magare did say she's editing the images from the location scouting. Sitting in the folder, he finds 2 folders titled Master Data and Edited. Opening the files, he flips through them, confirming their contents. Magare's editing was as flawless as ever. She cut out scenes with beautiful sceneries and good shots of Hitoha they could use as bonus footage. We need to edit out some footage she can send to her father, too. After confirming there weren't any missing or unnecessary footage, he moves his cursor to the folder called Master. He then right-clicks to open the scroll-down menu and hovers the cursor over the delete button. Yagumo closes the menu without clicking delete. He then drags the folder into his local PC, creating a copy of it. Oh, he's keeping the footage. Oh. Let's go back to the police station. I don't think we can get anything else from here. I don't think they'd let us, like, access the print database. Yagumo approaches the Shimane Prefectural Police Department when Magari stops him. Wait up, you shouldn't go in there again. Huh? Why? I mean, if Detective Keishino finds out we lied about Hito's hospital, we'll be in trouble. Oh, right, we probably shouldn't go in there for a while. Yep. Okay. We check the hospital, we check the studio, we check the police department. Let's go back to the headquarters, and then we can go to the arcade center again, maybe. He'll be back by then. Director, didn't Isogami go out for a meeting? Because I'm missing something. Oh, right. Without Isogami around, there's no point coming here. To hurriedly leave the lobby. Let me check, I guess we can... Let's check every room in the studio as well. Because I only checked Yagumo's room. Let's go to the editing room. Editing for location scouting data was complete, and so Magari was loitering in the room since she didn't have any more work to do. Come to think of it, she works fast for a beginner. I had to thank her. Yagumo leaves the editing room while thanking Magari on the inside. Thank her on the outside, too! No! Give her a bigger bonus. Magari looks up at Yagumo awkwardly as he walks into the reception room. He looks at her, only to find she's holding the pad and brush from the fingerprint collection kit. What, are you trying to discover some fingerprints? Well, I saw you do it earlier and it looked kinda interesting, so you said it was a waste of money. You said it was useless trash. You got hooked on it after calling it a dumb toy, didn't you? Wait, how many times did you try? There's powder all over the place. No, this stuff is pretty fun once you get into it. Well, that's fine. Just make sure you clean it up when you're done. Yes, sir. Okay. Let's go back to the archive center. It looks like we've gotten everything, but I might still be missing something. Guess we'll see. Ah, he's here. Okay, cool. Sayama regards Yagumo and Magari by turning to look at them dubiously. For a moment, it seemed like Sayama might try to say something, but upon seeing Yagumo's attitude, he falls silent and sips on his tea. Sayama, there's something I need to ask you. This is sudden. It's almost time for me to leave work, so if you could keep it short. So keep it short if you could. It shouldn't take long, so long as you answer me honestly. But if you insist on playing dumb, this could take a while. Oh. Realizing for certain that something was wrong, Sayama corrects his posture as if bracing himself for what's to come. Yagumo faces him and takes a deep breath before he speaks with the clearest voice he could muster. Max mode! Sayama, remember how there was that panic about you being absent from work? How many days off did you end up taking? That's sudden. Why would you want to know that? That's part of the basis of what we'll be talking about next. Sorry, but could you answer the question? 3 days. I was hospitalized 3 days after the operation. Mm-hmm. And what were you doing during your time off? Hmm? Didn't you hear what I just said? I was hospitalized. The most I could do was read a book or watch TV. I see, but... You had a day surgery. Sayama, wasn't your procedure a day operation? I think you had plenty of time to do things. Huh? What are you saying? What I'm saying is, you didn't require any hospitalization with your symptoms. A friend of mine happens to be hospitalized at Matsue Municipal right now, so I asked around while I was there. Oh. For a moment, Yagumo's and Sayama's gazes clashed, but Sayama's expression soon crumbled, making way for a smirk. Didn't think anyone would find out I played hooky. What a bother. So you were gone from work for no good reason. Yes, there was a race I wanted to gamble on, so I went to a circuit in Hiroshima. Mobile! Mobile! Oh my goodness! 27 months! What in the world? Mobile, thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate it. It was a good race. It was a lot of fun. I've been behind on my VODs channel uploads, especially for this, because I had to edit out the blue screen that I had from the other race that I had to do. And that took more time than I was expecting it to, because I kept forgetting to do it, and then I did it overnight. But Yuri is the Keeb master. So it was a tough race. I won't spoil the outcome, but it was a tough race. I threw together a meme thumbnail earlier today because I just finished it finished processing like 4 AM, I think. Processing the HD version, so then I made it public earlier today. I hope your studying goes well, Mobile. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you again for all the support. I really, really, really appreciate it. And thank you for the good luck as well. It'd be trouble if the company found out about it. So, could you keep it a secret? I have no reason to tattle on you. Sure, I'll keep quiet about it. Except what? Want me to buy you lunch so you keep your lips sealed? I don't mind, so long as it's cheap fried chicken. No, I'll pass on that. Instead, I'd rather you stop lying through your teeth. Hmm? I don't follow. You didn't go to Hiroshima when you skipped work, did you? You were somewhere closer. In other words, you were at the Capricious Hall in Oda. The Capricious Hall? What's that? Some kind of theater? We have your fingerprints. Stop playing dumb. I have proof that you were at the Capricious Hall. Hey now. I don't know how you got any proof I was in that hall place, but I was never there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Really now? Well... It's that one. What else is there? This is just an aside, but you drink tea too, Sayama. Sayama's expression is overcome with confusion at this unexpected change in topic.
それは
Well,
いつもコーヒーばかり飲んでらしたんで珍しいなと思
you just always drink coffee, so I thought it's unusual.
おう
Well,
そう
yes.
だな俺もコーヒーのつもりだったんだが
I was going to have coffee, but it seems I'm out. I couldn't find any, so I settled for tea.
我慢してるところだ
そうですか
Oh, I see. Well, sorry about that.
お
Huh?
なんでお前が
Are you apologizing?
実はそこの棚に
Actually, I
置いてあった
borrowed the
イン
instant
スタント
coffee
コーヒー
can sitting on that shelf over there.
俺が拝借したんですよ
ああ
Huh?
消えたと思っ
I
た
did think it was gone,
お前か
so you took it.
ええ
Yes. Actually, I wanted to collect some fingerprints off of it.
指紋
Fingerprints.
お前がなんでそんな
How did you?
個人で指紋採取できるキット
You can get personal fingerprint kits for as little as a couple thousand yen nowadays. I used it to collect your
それで
fingerprints from the
コーヒー
can.
の瓶についている佐山さんの指紋を採取させてもらったんです
いやだから
No. I mean,
なんでそんなもん
why would you even need to do that?
いやー実は
Well, you see,
ある
I
場所に
checked
ついている
and found that
指
your
紋と同一の
prints
も
on
の
the
が
can are a
確認
perfect
した
match with fingerprints I found on something else.
つまり
What I'm trying to say is,
この前再生してもらった例の
remember
パイロット
that
フィルム
remember that pilot
あのフィルム版についてた
film we
指紋と
played
です
earlier? Your prints match the prints I found on the film case. What?
簡単な市販品の
Even
キッ
kits
ト
you
で
can
した
buy in the
が
market are pretty
よく
useful,
で
aren't
きた
they?
もんですね
It took both prints
どちらの
perfectly,
指紋
and they
も
matched
綺
each
麗
other
に採取
perfectly.
できてバッチリ一致しましたよ
待て
Wait,
それは当然だ
that's obvious.
当然とは
What's obvious?
お前がここに持ち込んで俺に再生させたんだその時に指紋
You
が
brought that
ついたら
film here,
当然の
and
話じゃん
I played it. I'd obviously leave fingerprints on it then.
いやそんなタイミングないんですよ
No, that's not the time I'm talking about. After all,
ここへ持ち込んだ時のフィルム缶は
when I brought the film here, I switched its case with a random one lying around in my office. Sayama's face contorts in surprise. Magari speaks up reflexively. Huh? Really, director?
そうだったんだよそりゃ
That's
大事
right.
な手がかりにな
That
る
film
フィルム
case is a
缶だ
huge clue. I couldn't let anyone litter it with extra fingerprints.
はあ
Ah,
時々
you can really be cunning sometimes, you know that.
受け身ないっすね
とにかく
Anyway,
そういうわけで
like I was saying, I found a film case with your fingerprints on it in the Capricious Hall. That's undeniable fact, Sayama.
それ俺は
And I
あなたが
think
隠し持ってい
you
た
kept this
パイロッ
pilot
ト
film
フィル
hidden,
ム
and then snuck it into the
フィルム
Capricious
倉庫
Hall.
に持ち込んだと思ってるんです違いますか
Am I wrong?
違うも何もなぜ
Are you
俺が
wrong?
そんなことをせんやならん
Why would I even do that to begin with? I've got nothing to do with that film. Oh, we know that's a lie too.
関係はあるでしょ
Oh, but you do, because... You worked under Hibiya during Hibiya's
か
time
つ
at
て島根テ
TV.
レビのカメラマンで
You used to work for Shimane TV as a cameraman, and we're part of that project. Boom, 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 boom.
誰からそれを
Who told you that?
日比谷さん
Hibiya did. Do you know him? Apparently he used to work with you at Shimane TV.
あなたの島根テレビでの先輩にあたる方だったそうですねその方からお話を
And he told me that 10 years ago you resigned from Shimane TV because of that
10年前
project.
のプロジェクトをきっかけに退社したってね
日比谷さん
So you heard about it from Mr. Hibiya, did you?
まさか
I didn't think you might know him.
人を知っていたとはな
たまたま湯の津
We
で
happened to
知り
meet
合
him
い
in
まして
Yunotsu.
ね
It really was just a
本当に
coincidence.
偶然の話ですがそれはともかく
But that aside, Sayama, you've been lying to me the whole time, haven't you?
俺にずっと嘘ついてましたねあなたは当初からあの
You knew
フィルムの
about the
存在を
film the
知
who
ってたんだ
time. Why didn't you tell me anything
あれを探
when you knew I
して
was
る俺
looking
に
for it?
何も言ってくれなかったんです俺はどうしてもあのパイロットフィルムの真相を解かなきゃいけないんだ
Why did I have to unravel that mystery behind the pilot film? Tell me everything you know.
あのフィルムはあれが
Those films
全
weren't
てじゃない
everything. There's another one, a continuation, and you have it, don't you?
それもあなたが持ってるんでしょ
Oh boy. Sayama heaves a heavy sigh and speaks in a quiet tone with the cup in his hands.
やれやれ
Good grief.
お前を諦めさせる
I only did this to make you give up, but it only ended up making you more desperate.
ではやはりあのフィルム
So that film really is...
そうだよ。ここの最奥。責任者の俺以外立ち入れない
That's right.
倉庫に
It's there at the
保
end.
管されていた
Stored in a vault, only I, the room monitor, am allowed to enter.
お前があのフィルムに
I saw how fixated you were on that film, so I went to the capricious hall and left it there.
基礎官を訪ねて置いてきたのさ。あれを見て何もおかしなところがない
I thought that if you'd watch that film
納得してこの件から
and see for yourself there's nothing odd about it, you'd be satisfied and leave this matter be. Knew it.
でもなんで佐山さんは監督があそこに行くって知って
But
たんすか
how do you know the director would go there? Don't tell me you were an accomplice of Tomine.
共犯
いや、遠峰なんて男
Interesting. Okay.
事件の後、新聞記事で初めて知ったくらいだ。
Yeah, I don't know why he... Why... What? If you wanted us to just watch the first two parts and get nothing from it, why didn't you just give it to us and be like, oh, I found the film, it was in here mixed with all the others, here you go. Oh. No, I don't know this Tomine person. First time I ever heard about him was when I read about it, the incident in the newspaper.
それじゃなぜ
How? Sayama wordlessly takes out his phone and holds it up in front of Yagumo's eyes. So he sent all the emails? Wait. About the incident from 10 years ago, from Yugensai Kumashido, Mr. Sayama. Wait. What? He got emailed from Yugen? What? Oh, okay. I know about the incident from 10 years ago. Currently, a man called Yagumo is running around and trying to dig up the truth behind that incident. At this rate, he might reach the truth and be despaired of what he learns. At times, the truth can be an obstacle to one's happiness and fulfillment. He should stop before he reaches the truth. Eventually, he will find his way to a building called the Capricious Hall located in Iwami. I recommend that you give him a reason to stop his pursuit of the truth there. What? Isn't that Sham Shaman? You know him, Sayama?
いや、
No,
こんな名前
I don't know anyone by that name, and that's the only mail I ever got from him.
から送られてきた唯一
So he's not. Whoa!
この文章を読む限り、10年前の
However, judging by what he wrote, I believe he knows very well what happened 10 years ago.
当時のスタッフか、現場じゃない関係者か。
Perhaps he was a member of the staff at the time, or someone else that's related to it but wasn't on site.
名を使っちゃいろ
He may be using a fake name, but he does know the truth.
真実を知ってる。
Ibuse, maybe, yeah.
それで奇想官
And that's why you left the film at the Capricious Hall? Because Ibuse would have known about the Sumano incident. Ibuse probably, yeah, it's probably Ibuse, because he's also gone now. He would have known about Yagumo being chased by police. So did he send all the emails? How does Tomine fit? What? Whoa. Or no, he might have just sent the first and then... How did Tomine get access to... I guess Ibuse could have, like, reached out to him and been like, yo, you want to kill Yagumo, right? Here, do it with my email. I'm so... Whoa, this is weird. Yeah. So Tomine got access to the email from Ibuse then? Later? But Ibuse sent the first one? If it is Ibuse, which makes sense. The first one or the first two, even. That's why he left the film at the Capricious Hall.
ああ、当時の撮影
Yes, I was part of the filming crew at the time, so I knew how the Capricious Hall worked.
仕組みは知ってる。本編じゃカットされてたが、あそこには裏庭の揚げ豚か
It was cut from the main scene, but there's a trapdoor in the backyard that leads to a hidden corridor in the reference room in the basement.
なるほど じゃ
I see. So that's how you got there without being related to Yugo.
ああ、様子から見て男が住んでるのは分かったからな。
Yes, I could tell by the looks of it that that man lived there. I waited for him to leave and then snuck in and out through the hidden passage. Which also makes sense as to why he didn't go through the main way, didn't see all the corpses and stuff.
経緯は分かり
Interesting. Because I was gonna be like, well, if you went to the hall, you had to have, like, to get to the basement, you'd have to go through the parlor and see all the dead, hanging, refrigerated corpses. How are you not gonna bring that up? But that makes sense. And I understand the whole story, but
申し訳ないが佐山さん
I'm sorry, Sayama, but I'm not going to act the way you want
あ
me
なた
to.
の目論見通りにはならないあのフィルムには続き
I know that film has a continuation, and that's where the truth is hidden. And I won't stop pursuing that truth until I find out.
それを暴くまで佐山さん
Sayama,
あなた
if
が
you were
あの
part of the
プロジェ
project,
クトに参加してたなら
that means you have to know what happened 10 years
一
ago.
体10年前何があったんですあそこまで予算をかけたプロジェクトがペンディングになるなら必ずや何か大きな
There
理
had to
由
have been
がある
a
はずなんだ
big reason for a project that had such a large budget sunk into it to get canceled.
俺はな、プロジェクトの途中で利き手を怪我して離脱したんだ。
Wow.
現場に参加
See,
してたの
my
は
dominant hand was injured halfway through the project, forcing me to retire.
までなんだよ。
I only participated with it in the first 2 films you
つ
saw.
まり
What I'm saying is,
そこからのことは知ら
I don't know
ない
what happened after that.
だったら
In that
フ
case,
ィルムのありか
you
を
should know where the
知ってる
missing
はずだ
film is. If you do, please let me have
こ
it.
こにあるのなら出してください
ない。
Would you believe me if I said I
信
don't?
じるか。
今さら何を
You say that now? Of course I'm not gonna believe
信じら
you.
れるわけないでしょ
だろうな。
Yes, you wouldn't.
俺も信
I
じて
didn't
も
think
らえ
you
る
would.
とは思わん。だが事実
But that's the truth.
俺
that's
が
all I can
言える
tell
の
you.
はそれだけだ。
監督
Director! Magari calls Yagumo's name, realizing that he's about to lunge at Sayama. Her voice just barely suppresses Yagumo's urge to attack the man. He takes a few deep breaths while glaring at him.
帰るぞ
Let's go, Magari.
あ
Yeah. The two turn their backs to Sayama and leave the room. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yagumo Part 5, Chapter 2. It's got incredibly interesting over the course of this part. Wow. At Yagumo's room, the intermittent sound of the keyboard being typed on is replaced with silence. After pausing for thought, Yagumo begins tapping the keys again, but after writing a few words, his hands stop. Yagumo taps the delete button, erasing a line he just typed. Nova, what's up? We're playing Root Film. We're in the last part of the game. But it's been interesting. We're a filmmaker looking into a project that got canceled 10 years ago, and it looks like we're finally actually getting cool, interesting information. It's been interesting. The chair creaks as Yagumo leans his full weight against it. I can't focus on the plot at all. Feels like there were so many things I wanted to shoot earlier, but now... God damn it. Yagumo was well aware of why he can't concentrate. He was too preoccupied with the pilot film. But even still, the deadline for submitting the plot is approaching day by day. It's gonna happen. Yagumo scratches his head, not even trying to hide his annoyance. He then opens up the master folder he copied earlier and checks his files inside. Yeah, we're pretty deep in. It's been about 16 hours worth of playtime, maybe more. I have VODs of the playthrough up on YouTube if you're at all interested in the game. Want to see a playthrough from the beginning. I've got the majority of the playthroughs up on YouTube right now. The rest will be coming within the next few days after I finish exporting the rest of the VODs. But we're getting close to the end. I'm hoping... I said we're gonna finish this today no matter what. So we're gonna finish this today no matter what. I'm hoping it's not too long, but we're gonna finish this today no matter what. Yagumo scratches his head, not even trying to hide his annoyance. He then opens the master folder he copied earlier and checks the files inside. Eventually, he finds a file titled Kudamochi's Estate, First Day, and drags it into the video player program. Ah, Ito, get Kuramochi and Shiba outside. And call the police and an ambulance too.
警察救急に連絡を。
Okay.
マガリ
Magari, Kanade!
近くの
Open all the windows. We gotta ventilate quick.
急いで換気だ。
了解っす。
Roger.
監督、この人。
Director, is she?
倉持さんの奥さんだな。顔にかすかだが。
She must have been Kuramochi's wife. Her face has signs of rigor mortis. It's too late. Yagumo drags the progress bar back and clicks the play button again.
監督、この人。
Director, is she?
倉持さんの奥さんだな。
She must have been Kuramochi's wife. Her face has signs of rigor mortis. It's too late.
手遅れだ。
Yagumo rewinds the scene where they discovered Akari Kuramochi's body over and over again. And after a few dozen times... Eh? Yagumo exclaims in surprise and closes the video program. What the hell am I doing? Doing something like this for inspiration makes me no different from Yugo. Yagumo scrubs his face with his hands, as if trying to shake something off, and he rises from his chair. Huh. Okay. Kappas! Kappas, what's up? How's it going? Day's been going well. How are you doing? I'm just gonna sit right back down. Pilot films were constantly occupying his headspace, and so he couldn't finish his work. The deadline was still the same, though. Better off engraving at times like these. When running into a standstill, one ought to stop panicking and engrave the problem into one's mind. Yagumo knew this from experience and decides to simply write down whatever ideas flashed into his mind until he came up with something. Thank you for the good luck, Deedlit. Got back from a mini vacation. I hope you had a good vacation. Hope you're able to get some rest now that you're back. The reception room. Shem, thank you for the good luck. Looking kinda depressed there, Chief. Magari says this as she enters the reception room for a break. Having trouble coming up with the plot? Yeah. Can't come up with anything. Scoping out locations with Hitoha gave me a good grasp on her personality, so I'm trying to think of a story that would bring out her charm, but... Oh yeah, I hope it'll be like that. I think it'll be easier for Hitoha to get into the role that way too. A lot of hanging out and letting the kiddo run wild. Hey, nice. Well, maybe you want some coffee for now. I'll get you a cup. Sure, thanks. Make it real bitter. Aye, aye, sir. Magari approaches the shelf and soon enough returns with a steaming cup of coffee. By the way, I gotta check something. Hmm? The location scouting images I uploaded to the server. Did you erase the master folder on your PC too? Yeah. Good then, I saw it's gone from the server, but I wanted to check that you did it and they weren't wiped because of some error or something. Yeah, it's cool. I erased the folder. I definitely erased the folder. Alrighty. Whew, what a relief. Having footage from a real murder scene in the office is really creepy. Yeah, agreed. Yagumo speaks while sipping on his coffee, but his expression soon turns quizzical. Huh. This doesn't taste like our usual coffee. Oh, really? That's the coffee we took from Sayama. Figured it'd be a waste to throw it, so we may as well drink it. Hey, that's not right. We should give it back. You're gonna go give it back to him? After yesterday? I mean, it'll still be awkward now, but we gotta properly put it back where it belongs. Besides, I need to ask him one more thing. I was too upset yesterday and forgot to ask. We can give it back when we go and ask him later. Huh. Well, let's go give him back his coffee. Sayama isn't in the room. He's not around. Maybe he's got a day off?
いや、飲みかけのコーヒーカップありますよ。
No, there's a half-empty coffee cup here. He must have been in today. Hmm.
どうするかな。
Well, what do we do?
持ってきたインスタントコーヒーだけ置いて帰っちゃえばい
We
いじゃ
could
ない
put the
ですか。
instant coffee back where it belongs and go back.
いや、彼に聞き忘れた
No,
ことがあ
remember?
ると言ったろ。
Or something I forgot to ask him, but if there's no point if he's not here, let's check again later.
でな。
I'll bribe him with his own coffee later. Aww. Itoha okay? Yagumo visits Hitoha's hospital room, only to find her reading a magazine with a bored expression. Her face lights up upon seeing them.
どう体調は。
How are you feeling, Hitoha?
すっかり良くなりましたよ。本当はも
All
う
better.
入院しちゃいたいか
I'd
も
love for them to let me go home already, but the doctor says it's too soon.
あーまあ
Oh, well, you should listen to what the doctor says. We've still got some shooting ahead of us, you know?
これから大事な撮影が控えてるんだし。
Yeah.
そうします。
I'll do as the doctor says. Ugh. Maguri screeches upon seeing the fruit basket sitting on the shelf. What's
い
wrong?
や、
Um,
これ。
it's just... Maguri points at the plate beneath the fruit basket with an expression of utter disgust. The plate has the words from Takumi Keishino written on it.
お
Huh?
いつの間
When
に
did he... Wait,
どうやって
how did he know where she's... How did he know she's here to begin with?
怖っ。
Scared, I'm scared!
あ、さっきケイシノさん訪ねて持ってきてくれたんですよ。
Oh, Inspector Keishino visited me earlier and left this here. He said you two told him about it. Oh, yeah, I think we told him. We told him the wrong hospital.
そうっすね。
Right. Itaha looks puzzled as Yakumo and Magari laugh with stiff smiles. I guess it'd freak her out even more to know that he just searched all the hospitals for her.
一体どうやって入院
How
さ
do
せ
you
て
figure out this is where she's hospitalized?
まさか
I don't want to think he abused his police authority for that.
思いたくないけどな。
いくらケイシノ
Even
刑事でも
Inspector
さすがに
Keishino wouldn't
そこ
do
まで
that,
は
right? Oh. On the bedside table are a few fashion magazines and a smartphone connected to a
そう
charger.
か。ここ個室だからスマホ
Oh, right, you
関
can
係
use smartphones in this room.
ええ、看護師さんに確認したら個室は大丈夫って言われたん
Yes, I checked with the nurse and you can use a smartphone here, though they did ask that we don't talk over the phone.
退屈だから
It's boring here, so having a smartphone
スマホが
helps.
使えて助かってます。
じゃあ今度退屈
We could bring you a book or a movie to burn some time if you want. Any preferences?
どんなのがいい？
そうですね。
Let me think. You know what sounds like fun? Try picking something for me with your own
一度
taste.
監督のセンスで見繕ってもらえますか？
うーん。
Hmm,
俺のセンス。
my taste, huh?
やめといた方がいいよ。
I'd pass on that if I were you, Hito, huh?
この人のセン
This
ス
guy
だって
likes
さ
books with, like,
なんか
pages that are
ページが黒っぽくて
all black and macho men that go, and all the time.
ぬおーったの叫んでるのになっちゃうもん。
いや、一当たり
Pitch
持ってく
Dog's
のに
Frozen,
そんなの
yeah.
いらねえよ。
Come on, I wouldn't pick something like that for
そう
Hito.
かな。
Really, though?
絶対外すようなの選ぶ
Well, I bet whatever you pick is a
と思
total
うな。
dud. Wow. Don't insult my taste, Magari.
あれ？
Huh?
これは
What is this? Resting on the bedside table is an expensive flower basket.
それ今朝
Oh,
お見舞いに来て
Haishima
くれた
came in this morning and
ハイ
gave
シマ
it to
さん
me.
が持ってきてくれたんです。
モナミさんが？
Monami gave this to you.
ええ、イブセ監
Yes,
督
she
から
said it's from director
ゲストで
Ibuse. I was very
す
grateful.
ごく恐縮しちゃいました。
そっか。
Yeah, I know what you
こう
mean.
いう気配りする
That
ところ
kind of
も
consideration is very
さ
much
すが
like
イブセ
director
監督
Ibuse.
って感じだな。
つか、よくひとはちゃんが入院して
I'm
ること
surprised he knew you were
わかり
even
ましたね。
hospitalized.
事務所には連絡
I did call the
していない
office
ところ
about it. He probably heard about it from
多分
them.
そちら経由で聞いたんじゃないですか？
ああ、なるほど
Ah,
ね。
I getcha.
今回
They're picking the actresses this time based on Ibuse's suggestion, so they would contact him about that.
話したし、そういう連絡はするだろうね。
しかし、
Still,
俺たち
we should
からも
probably go thank him for
後で
this
お礼
later.
を言いに行っておいた方が良さそうだな。
そうっすね。 業界の大先輩だし、一応仁義は切っとかないと。
Yeah, he's a veteran and our senior, so we gotta show him due respect. Okay. Hitoha.
ひとはちゃん、着替えとか洗面
You have clothes and soap and the like, Hitoha? I'll go buy some for you if you need it. Don't be shy.
遠慮なく言ってね。
Oh, I'm fine for now. I had all of that ready when I came here, since I'd been traveling.
ならよかった。
Mm-hmm. That's good then.
けど、
But wait, shouldn't your manager handle all that? I haven't seen them around.
いいんだろうけど、全然姿見せないね。
うちの事務所弱小でマネージャーさん2人しかいないんで。
Oh, the office I work for is small, so they only have 2 managers. They're too busy to come here right now.
本格的に撮影
But
入ったら
they did say they'll show up once the shooting
顔出
starts.
すとは言ってましたけど。
まあ、
Ah.
まあ、いろいろ事務所
Well, I guess your agency has its own considerations to make, so I probably shouldn't say too much. But that's pretty cold of them. Joker, what's up? It's going well. We're gonna finish this today. I think. I hope.
まあ、ええ。
Well, yes. How are you doing, Joker? I hope you're doing well. Seemed Hitoha couldn't say much on the matter either. Her expression turns a bit bothered by Magari's words. She simply replies with a vague smile. Oh. Well, that's sad. Okay, bye. Doing well, good to hear. Where are we going? I should try and see Ibuse. How close to the end? This looks like it's the last part. I don't know how long this part's gonna take, but it looks like this is the last part of the game. At least from how the flowchart looks. Yagumo checks at the Miho-con, but Monami is apparently out. Monami isn't here either. No point to being here then. I'll go somewhere else. The receptionist offers to take a message, but Yagumo declines and leaves the Miho-con. Okay. Mihonoseki. Oh, well there's Monami. Yagumo sees Monami walking along Aoshidatami Road as if relishing every single step. Monami notices his presence and approaches with a smile.
モナミさん、
Hey Monami,
散策ですか?
out for a walk?
ええ。こちらに来て。
Yes, I haven't had much time to relax since coming here.
井伏監督が
Director Ibuse shut away working on the plot, so I'm trying to make the most of my free time.
満喫させてもらってるってわけ。
Monami cracks an impish smile as she says that, leaving a different impression from her usual demeanor of a devoted secretary.
ところで、ヤグモくんはどうしたの？
What are you doing here,
井
Yagumo?
伏監督に用事なら。
You have business with Director Ibuse. I don't think he'll be back anytime soon.
ああ、いや、
Oh
ひと
no.
ちゃんに
We just saw the flowers you gave Hitoha when we visited her, so I thought we should thank him for that.
と思ったんですが。
ああ、そのこと。
Oh, that. Monami chuckles and
そ
smiles.
れなら気にすることないわよ。
You don't have to worry about that. I happened to hear about Miss Amakata and decided to visit her on my own.
名前持って行っただけだから。
あれ
Huh?
それじゃあもしかして
Wait, so Director Ibuse doesn't know about this?
ご存知ないんですか？
あの人、プロットやシナリオ
Well, when he's focused on writing scenarios or plots, he shuts himself away from the outside world. I deal with his matters when that happens.
その間は私の方で適宜処理するようにしてるの。
Interesting.
あ
Ah,
あ、つか
I guess you know him long enough to understand those parts of him, though.
だけによく理解されてるんすね。
長いと言
You
って
call it long, but I've only been working with him for around 3 years. Really?
まだ3年くらいだけどね。
おお、
Oh,
ってことは、
that means that when I met you in the Asian Film Convention, you'd only just started working with
一緒
him.
になられたばかりだったんですか?
ええ。その前はマガリさんと同じ。
Yes, before that I handled non-linear editing for another company, just like Magari. Monami worked as a non-linear editor for another company in the past.
ああ、それでユナツの時、音声解析ソフトを。
Ah, so that's why back in your notes you helped me with the audio analysis software.
ええ。
Yes. I figured it'd be hard to use the way it is right after you download it, so I got some plugins. Was it helpful?
いや、全然使いやすかったっすよ。いきな
It
り
was so user-friendly, I was able to make it work right off the bat.
つか、モナミさんもノンリニア編集やってたなんて意外っす。
But I never knew you did nonlinear editing. Your career and position right now is the same as mine. And that's about where the similarities end.
それ以外はどこも似てないとか。
You thought we're nothing alike besides that, didn't you?
お前
Sometimes you make me wonder if you're actually some kind of mind reader.
監督の考えることなんて大体わ
I can mostly tell what's going on through your head, director, because your brain is simple. You really got no filter, you know that? Monami chuckles as she watches the two bicker as always, smiling as if to say was a heartwarming sight. Okay. Up for an ore run tonight? Maybe. It depends on if my little sister's still here for Easter stuff. And when I finish this. But I can let you know later. Because depending on how long this goes, I might end up spending time with family tonight. But I can let you know for sure later tonight. I don't have to check anything left in Mihonoseki anymore. We went to the archive center, Sayama wasn't there. We went to the hospital, there's not really anything there. Let's go to the police. Then we can go to the headquarters, I guess. They visit Inspector Misawa of the Shimane Prefectural Police. Oh, Misawa's here today. Thankfully, both Inspector Misawa and Keishino are in today. Keishino, what the fuck did you do to find Hitoha? Keishino approaches Yagumo and speaks to him in Magari. Hey.
なんです
Yes?
とぼけるな。松江衛生病院って言ったよな。人さんが入院してる病
Don't play dumb with me. You said Hito is hospitalized at Matsue Medical Hospital, right?
そうでしたっけ
Did we? I thought I tried to say Matsue Municipal Hospital, though. I guess I got it mixed up, though.
勘違いだと。
Mixed up, huh? Really?
ほんとほんと
Really, really, for real?
おいそこ
Hey, what are you doing there? Cut the whispering.
ああ、いえ、大したことでは。
Oh no, it's nothing major. Yes, sir. Thanks to Misawa's scolding, the two managed to slip away from Keishino. Yagumo and Magari breathe a sigh of relief while thanking Misawa in their hearts.
おう警視のから聞いたが、
Hmm.
例の熊代有限祭とかいうやつについて聞きたいらしいな。
Hey, Keishino already told me a bit about it, but I hear you're interested in info on this Yugensai Kumashido character.
ねえ俺もそいつに狙われてるようですし正体が分かったなら
Yes, apparently he's after me for some reason, so if you figure out who he is, please tell me.
ま、それはわからんでもない。
I see.
今
Well,
わかってることなら教えて。
we don't know that yet. But for now, I'll tell you what we do know.
三沢さん、いいんですか？
Misawa, are you sure about this?
無関係の人間ならともかく、辰野前神社の事件では、一応こいつも冤罪着せられそうになった被害者だからな。
I wouldn't be if he was unrelated to all this, but he was framed in the Tatsunomai Shrine incident. We should tell him the bare minimum.
だ。熊代有限祭とかいう人物の正体
Anyway, at the moment, the identity of Yugensai Kumashido is completely unknown.
不明だな。
Damn, okay.
不明ってことは
Unknown. So that means Yugo wasn't him after all.
本人じゃなかったってことですか？
あいつが言うには、ある日突然有限祭を名乗る
Yes, from what he says, one day he suddenly got a mail from a so-called Kumashido Yugensai, who'd been instructing him on what to do since.
細部は奴がアレンジしたそうだが、お前に冤罪を着せる方法など。
Apparently, Yugo came up with the details of the incident, but pinning a crime on you was based on Yugensai's advice.
実際、奴のスマホを確認したら、そんなメール
We did check his phone, and we found a few mails that fit his testimony.
アドバイス
Advice? That sham shaman pulled something like that?
そんなことくそ
Damn it! Who the hell is he?
そりゃこっちが聞きたいな。
That's what we want to know. He's fixated on you. Any idea who might be out to get you like that? What the fuck? Of course not. I don't remember having that much bad blood with someone. But wouldn't tracing back whoever sent those mails be faster?
それがな、生活安全課のサイバー犯罪担当で調べちゃいるんだが、なかなか一筋縄じゃいかないらしくて。
Well, you see, we had the Community Safety Division Cybercrime section look into it, but it looks like Yugensai didn't use conventional means.
俺も詳しくは分からんのだが、認証を受けず
I'm no expert on this topic, but apparently he used some kind of mail server that doesn't need authentication. Mail exploit, I think.
スポイルとかいうわかるかこれ。
Ever heard of it? No, sounds like gibberish to me. It is a lot different from root letter. Yeah, and the way that it's structured, it's a lot different. This part has been very interesting. I think this part has made a lot of things. It's made me feel a lot better about how things have gone with the game. I guess we'll see how it ends, though. I still don't know. I think the pacing up until this point has been very weird, though. And now it's, like, really backloaded with a bunch of interesting and cool stuff towards the end. But maybe that setup is making this pay off even more. I don't know. What happened? I went to get coffee. What happened? We went to the police. They said that Yugensai Kumashido's identity is completely unknown. Yugo received an email from Yugensai Kumashido, then giving him instructions, and the idea of blaming the incident on Yagumo was that original Yugensai Kumashido's idea, but then Yugo went and like did all the details and the specifics for it. But they can't figure out who the actual Yugensai Kumashido, the original one, was. Yeah. Oh, we saw Monami in the by her inn. Found out she used to be a non-linear editor for a different company, and then she just started working with Ibuse 3 years ago. Yeah. And that got added as a synesthesia phrase. Same here. They explained it to me, anyway. It means identifying the sender is difficult. I see. Still, we can't help but feel that Yugendai Kumashido has some kind of reason to be this fixated with you. Do you really have no inkling as to someone who might fit the bill? If I did, I'd tell you, believe me. Being followed by this freak isn't fun. You say that, but it's not unusual for people to get others to develop grudges against them without even noticing it. Yeah, but if I never noticed someone developed a grudge against me, how am I supposed to do anything about it? Yes, I suppose that's true. Okay. I think we're good there. We might go back there at some point. I don't know, I think I got everything I needed there. Yagumo approaches the reception desk and asks for a meeting with Isogami. He then waits to be ushered in. Sayama used to be part of the camera crew for Shimane TV. Isogami should have known that. They worked at the same station after all. It makes sense they'd know each other. But if he knew that and didn't tell me about it so far, might mean he's hiding things from me too. I have to clarify that. As that thought crosses Yagumo's mind, the receptionist calls him and tells him he can enter now. Yagumo sits opposite of Isogami at the reception office. After exchanging greetings, he cuts right to the chase. Isogami, actually, I learned that Sayama was involved with the project 10 years ago. He was? With that project? I never knew. Isogami appears surprised, though Yagumo isn't sure how seriously he should take him. Yagumo presses him for answers while keeping his eyes fixed on his face, so as not to miss any changes in facial expressions. Apparently, Sayama worked here before as part of the camera crew, and that's how he was involved with the project. Really? Wow, I never knew. If that's the case, I wonder why he never told me. Remember when he pulled that trick to test you, Maxie? He didn't say anything at the time. Really? Well, apparently he left the project halfway through, so he probably didn't have much to tell. Oh, so he left it halfway through. Well, even within the company, that project kind of became a taboo topic. I don't really want to get involved with the past either. But don't you think making sure this project succeeds is more important right now? Yes, you're right. Yes, I am. You should focus on this project rather than trying to take up the past, Maxie. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I'll put in my best effort. Good, I'm counting on you. Yagumo couldn't read anything from Isagami's expression except for what he said and rose to his feet with slumped shoulders. Okay. Yagumo bows and leaves the room, realizing he just experienced just how stubborn those in business can be. Sayama back, yep. There he is. As always, Sayama sits in front of his desk, sipping coffee. His expression stiffens upon seeing Yagumo and Magari. What do you want? Do you need anything else after what happened yesterday? No, we just came back to put this back where it belongs. Yagumo says and takes the instant coffee jar from his bag. There it is, I'm done with it, so I figured I should give it back. This is what you're here for? You didn't have to go through the trouble for that. No, we're not thieves, we gotta do what's right. You say that, but there's less of it. I drank a bit of it, sorry. Good grief. Oh, I don't mind that. Sayama's lips curl upwards at Magari's confession, and once the tension drained from his body, not letting that moment pass him by, Yagumo addresses him with a sharp tone. Sayama, you watched the rest of the film, right? Oh. Magari jolts at Yagumo's exclamation, and Sayama freezes in place. What are you? I got too upset yesterday and forgot to ask you about it. But let me ask you one more time. Sayama, you should have watched the rest of the pilot film. Am I right? Don't play dumb. There was nothing suspicious about the films I found in the Capricious Hall. Yeah, but there was no reason to cancel the project based on those. Why did you tell me to give up on looking for the films? It's because the rest of the film holds some kind of secret, and you didn't want me to see it, did you? Sayama, I want to find out the truth at all costs. Please stop feigning ignorance and tell me. You'll regret it. And to be better than knowing nothing and having to live with the doubts weighing me down. I'm ready for the truth. Is the film hidden somewhere here? Sayama falls silent for a moment, but after confirming that Yagumo's eyes, which were gazing straight at him, didn't waver in the slightest. My light went out. Sag. Let's see. That and do this. Not gonna be great, but it'll be something. He lets out a heavy sigh and parts his lips to speak. Yes, I saw it. I saw the third film. I knew it. But when we talked yesterday, I didn't lie. Because as soon as I finished watching it, I burned the film. Huh?
燃やしちゃったんすか？
You burned it, but why?
どういうわけで？
あまりにも恐ろしい内容だったからだ。
Its contents were far too disturbing. I believed that the world was better off with that film gone. Jesus.
なぜ
Why?
それだって
Wasn't it filmed and put on the market?
納品されたものですよね。
いや、そもそも第3のフィルムは納品されないままプロジェクト。
No, the third film was never released to the market to begin with. And then the project ended.
納品されなかった。
It wasn't released to the market?
でもそれじゃ
Wait, so
どうして
how did you even watch it?
10年前。
10 years ago, about 6 months after the project was suspended. I was contacted by my predecessor, the supervisor of the archives center at the time. He said there were films relating to this project, and that havoc would ensue if they're leaked to the public. He asked me to buy them off him. At the time, I was a freelancer after resigning from Shimane TV, but I knew the old supervisor, and he called me for advice on what to do.
では、そこで
So-
そのフィルムを
That's where you got the films. Yes. And when we watched those films together, the two of us were shocked and mortified. After that, I don't know who did it or how, but someone from the upper brass supplied the money, and after buying them, we burned the films.
一体
Just,
一体その連絡をしてきた人物
who
とは
was that
何者
person who
なんです
contacted you? Are they in contact with you? Oh my god, what? They are. I don't know what line of work they're currently in, but they look like a thug now. His name is Ito. Sakio Ito. What the fuck? Okay, that's a throwback to Yagumo Part 2. The third film was brought in by Sakio Ito.
伊藤咲夫
Sakio Ito?
それってもしかして
Isn't that the one from the Suwano incident? Yes. I was surprised when I saw his name on the newspaper. A name from 10 years ago, appearing as soon as a new project started.
どういうことなんだ
What does this mean?
これ
This is a coincidence, right? I told you already. That film is cursed. You're better off forgetting about it. So Seiji Ito was the person who was cheating on the wife, cheating with the wife, and then the other guy, the professor guy, and Sakio Ito worked together to kill both of them. So Sakio Ito was the one like who flew the drone. Yeah, the other brother, the older brother. I told you already, that film is cursed. You're better off forgetting about
一
it.
体どんな内容だったのか話してくれる
And you have no intention of saying
ないですよね
what was in it, do you? Forget about it. That's all I can say. Sayama purses his lips and looks up to the ceiling in what was perhaps a show of his intent not to say anything more. Yagumo and Magari had nothing more to ask him and leave the archive center.
結局どういうことなん
Just
かね
what was that in the end?
わからん
I don't know.
そもそもなぜ伊藤
How did
咲夫
Sakio
がその
Ito even get his hands on the films?
ださっきの佐山さんの口ぶりだと
Judging from what Sayama said, Sakio Ito was involved with the project, which also makes sense because he was doing photography for the magazine and he was a professional at it.
ああまあプロジェクト関係者だったらそも
Oh,
そも
well, if he was involved with the project, that explains how Sayama knows him.
つうことは
But that just leaves the question of what?
こうなったら
We have to go talk to Suono again.
やつについて
and look into him.
詳しく調べる必要がある
Talk to Suono?
そうっすね今からならまだ日が高いうちにつけるだろうし
Right, if we leave now, we should get there while it's still light out. The two nod at each other and sprint out of the office into the parking lot, making no attempt to hide how nervous and hurried they felt. We're going to Suano. Kuramochi's mansion stands silent, and there isn't any sign of people around. The letterbox next to the gate is stuffed full of newspapers despite everything. This place fell into ruin pretty quickly. Well, the lady of the house is dead and Kuramochi was arrested, so yeah, this would happen. I imagine Shiba doesn't work there anymore, given the situation. Right. No point to being here. They visit Seiya Ito's residence. The door is closed shut, and only a flyer plastered to the door saying "For rent" is flapping languidly in the wind. It's a vacant house now. I guess it's a troublesome property now. No one wants to buy it. Oh! It's you! What are you two doing here? That incident's already been resolved, so you don't need anything more from me, right? Then get out! Shoo! Shoo! As soon as he sees Yagumo and Magari burst into the clinic, Hatsuya grabs a bottle of table salt and starts sprinkling it at them. He kinda looks really spooked, and he's sprinkling enough at us to salt a salmon. Magari speaks through a face full of table salt, prompting a response from Yagumo, who's covered in just as much salt. I wonder why. I don't recall doing anything to make him this jittery, or justify trusting us like salted salmon. No, it's obvious why. He's traumatized by how you pressed him for information last time. So, you know, greet him with a smile. A smile! A smile, huh? Abiding by Magari's advice, Yagumo produces the most amiable smile he can, and he can manage and speaks with a cheerful tone. Oh, sorry for bothering you while you're busy. I just wanted to ask you a little something, so if you could give me a bit of your time. Whoa! I told you that incident's over! I told you everything I know! What more do you want from me? Shoo, shoo! But it's salty! Hey, doctor, please calm down! Listen, I just need to ask you a bit about Sakio Ito. That's all I came here for. About Sakio? Hatsuya finally stops sprinkling salt at them, and Yagumo clears his throat dryly. If I recall, you were classmates with Sakio Ito. Yes, I was. Do you keep in touch after graduating, even a little? After graduation? No, we hardly stayed in touch. At best, Sakio would tell me how he's doing from time to time. Right. Did he ever mention working in film? Maybe mentioned he knew someone working in film? Anything like that? Film, you say? Yes, he said he found work at a film developing company in Tokyo. Sakio Ito worked at a film development firm. A film developing firm? Yes, I don't know the details too much. Does that count as film related? It does, it totally does. Can you tell us about it in more detail, please? In more detail? He worked in a small film developing firm after graduating, but it went out of business after just 2 years.
雑誌ライターをやってたのは
So we only started working as a magazine writer.
あんまりよく知らないけど、ここ2、3年の話じゃないかな。現像所潰
I
れ
don't
た
really
後、
know,
松江でしばらく水
but
商
that
売
was
の棒に
his
やって
job
た
only
と
for the
か聞い
last
たよ。
3 years. When the firm went under, he worked at Matsue in the night business for a
た
time.
だその店も潰れちゃっ
But
たん
once
で
that work went under too, he
今
became a
度はライ
writer
ター始め
next.
たんだろうね。
なるほど。ちなみに
Is that right? By the way, do you know what that film development firm was called?
そこまでは知らない。聞いたかもしれないけど、
I don't know that much. I might have asked,
忘れちゃった
but
よ。
it's been a long time ago, so I don't remember.
そうですか。い
Right.
や、大変参考
So
に
it
な
was
りま
very
した。
informative. Thank you very
ありが
much.
とうございます。
うん。
Yes, well, if that's all you needed, that's good. Now, go on, leave. Goodbye. Farewell.
はいはい。
Yes, yes. Okay. Hearing Hatsuya close the door tight behind them, Yagumo and Magari go out to the street. Huh? It even got in my hair! Magari uses her hands to rustle her hair, shaking out all the salt that got into it.
しかし、収穫はあったな。
We did get something out of that, though. If Sakio Ito worked at a film development firm, it would explain how he got the
フィルムを持っ
films.
ていたのも納得だ。
So the film was brought to his company to be developed.
ああ。だとする
Yeah,
と
which means
やつ
the
が
film
持って
he
いた
had
の
was
は
a copy.
だろう。
You have to have given the
マ
master
スター
copy to the
は
client
当
after
然
all.
依頼主に渡す必要があったはずだからな。
Which means the master copy is still out there somewhere.
そういうことだ。
Edie, hello!
先ほど会って話
No
を
more
聞く
visual
必要
novel
性
after
が出て
today?
きたな。
No, that means we just get to go straight into another one. Even more, yay! More visual novels! That's what everybody wants to see, right? Exactly. Now we have a reason to meet with Sakio Ito and ask him about it. Yeah, but what are we gonna do with him when we meet him? He's already in the slammer.
逮捕されてから21
21 days after an arrest, persecuted defendants are taken into custody, which means he should have been transferred to prison already.
となると、拘置所に移送されてるはずだが。
Release me from this visual novel hell you've forsaken me in. It's good! Let's say asking Inspector Mizawa is our best option. Right. It'll be a bit of a walk, but let's go back to Matsue. Roger that! Okay. Misawa and Keishino meet Yagumo and Magari in one of the station's rooms.
三沢さん、
Inspector, about the Suwano case, about Sakio
の
Ito.
ことなんですが。
なんだいきなり
Why bring that up all of a sudden?
いや、彼と少し
I just want to speak to him for a little bit. Can you arrange that?
できますかね。
それは今奴は交流中だから
Ads make me sad. I hate ads so much.
一体何が目的だ
Well, he's currently held up at prison, so you could apply for a meeting and visit him, but what for? Well, you can't very well tell Misawa his true intentions now. With that thought in mind, Yagumo decided to come up with an innocuous excuse.
ご存知の通り。
Well, as you already know, a lot happened between him and us. I just want to know how he's feeling right now.
ちょっと今どんな心境なのか知りたくて。
It seems Misawa didn't accept Yagumo's explanation at face value. He gazes at Yagumo's Yagumo's face fixedly, as if trying to discern something.
奴は今管轄でその
Fine then, he's still in custody under our jurisdiction, so he's at the Suwano police station.
俺の方からも
I'll let them know about you, so whenever you're ready to speak to him, just head over there.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much,
そう
I
してもらえ
appreciate
る
it.
と助かります。
ただし
Except
ただしだそれで何か
if you learn something from that visit, report it to me. Yugensai Kumashido is still at large, after all. Understood. Okay, now we walk back to Suwano. Then we go to the Suwano police station. You have 30 minutes of visit time. Refrain from needless whispering and hitting the partition board. I don't know. Maybe he thinks it'll make him seem crazy. Yagumo is briefed alone by one of the Suwano police station's officers and enters the visiting room. Before long, the door at the back of the room opens, and a Tansakyo Ito with his hair cut short enters the room. Didn't imagine you'd come to see me. Not like we knew each other that well. Hey, don't say that. I just wanted to talk to you for a bit. Have this, a gift. A weekly magazine. Ito flips through the magazine Yagumo handed him, but soon raises his voice bitterly. Hey, the cover says there's a swimsuit DVD bonus to this magazine. Where is it? Troopa! Troopa, hello! Troopa, thank you for the host and the bad luck. I appreciate it. Merry Easter! I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. I'm not allowed to give you DVDs. The officer from earlier took it away. Fine, whatever. The dissatisfied grumble showed just how starved he was for stimulation. Hilo, thank you for the curse. I appreciate that as well. Very fitting with this game. Ludwig was at 4 minutes 15 seconds ago and is now back at 14 minutes. Crazy. Maybe the stream will finally end today. It's been getting low now, but it always keeps getting brought back up. The dissatisfied grumble showed just how starved he was for simulation. Ito switched to a page with a picture of a girl in an exposing bikini. Her hairstyle's changed a lot. My lawyer said it might improve the judge's impression of me. I just did what I had to, I guess. Forget that. What are you here for? We don't have time for idle banter. Just say what you want. Yeah, I saw Mr. Beast tweeting about stuff. I mean, it'd be really awesome if Lud could break the all-time sub record. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see it happen. Yeah. Yeah, if he goes the whole month, he hits it for sure. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. I had candy. Lifesavers gummies. Yeah, Ninja has the record. So Lud needs... Oh, it's 269? Holy shit. I thought it was like 250. That's wild. It's actually insane that he managed to have that much subs at one point in time. It's ridiculous. It's crazy how big Ninja was. It was really wild. Nobody else has even like come anywhere near close to it since. So if it's the incident you want to ask about, I already said everything in the investigation. My light's back on. Yay. I'm not here to talk about the Suwano case, but about 10 years ago. Well, I mean, I'm here to talk about the films he sold to Shimane TV. What? A crack runs through his brazen attitude for the first time since the visit started. Yagumo carefully notices that change and continues
あ
speaking.
んたがその頃現像所に勤めてたことは分かってる。あれ、そこに持ち込まれたものだな。誰が持ち込んだんだ？
I guess the thing there is neither of them have, like, pushed that hard, like, in terms of trying to reach a very high peak at a certain point in time. Or at least as far as I know of. But they are for sure, like, two of the biggest streamers on the platform at this point. So it is surprising. I know you were working at a film development firm at the time. The films were probably brought there for development, right? Who brought them? You. Why do you care about that?
10年前
I want to know the truth behind why the film from 10 years ago was suspended.
それより答えて
Just answer me.
誰が
Who
持ち込んだ？
brought in the films?
知らね
I don't know.
えよ。とぼけてるわ
I'm
け
not
じゃ
playing
ない。
dumb here. I really
本当
don't
に知ら
know.
ねえのさ。
It wasn't brought in as
正
an
規の
official
受注で
legal
持ち
order.
込まれたものじゃないからな。
正規の受
It
注
wasn't
じゃない？
ordered legally?
ああ。
Yeah.
俺が現像
I just happened to find those films when I worked for the firm. With a normal order, there'd be a tag with the order details on it. For some reason, these were films without a tag sitting around. That's the ones you're talking about. It dawned on me that whoever ordered this was probably ordered from above to do it in secret. Oh my goodness. In which case, it was probably incriminating stuff, so I figured I'd use it to make some good money. So I copied it in secret and sold it off.
コピー。
A copy.
それじゃあマスターは別
So
に
the
いるん
master
だ。
copy is somewhere else.
そのはずだぜ。
Should be.
もっとも
It
現
said,
像所は潰れち
The
まった
firm went under, so I don't know where it might be right now.
知らないがな。
そうか。
Right. Yagumo thought that he was out of hints about the film's whereabouts again. He falls silent, his face full of disappointment. Ito looks at him, and a vicious smile overtakes his features.
なあ。
Hey,
実はデジ
what
タ
if
ル
I told you I still have a
コピーした
digital
俺の
copy of
手
it?
元にあるって言ったら。
本当か？
Are you serious?
ああ。
Yeah.
実は。
You see, the sum they offered for the film was so
当時
high I
向こうが
panicked.
提示してきた買取額が予想以上の額だったんで。何かあった時の
I made a
身の安
backup
全の
copy
ために
for
バックアップ
insurance.
取っといたんだ。
Just to keep myself safe. Just in case.
それは今どこにある？
And where is it now?
松江春日町にある春日ハイム201号室。
There's a place called Kasugaheim at Shimane's Kasuga town. On the shelf, at room 201.
自宅とは別に
I rented that room separately from my house for business reasons. I doubt the police searched that place.
家宅捜索してないだろう。
それ、俺が持って
Can I go and take it?
構わないぜ。
Sure. I don't mind. Except... I'd recommend you don't deal with that stuff anymore. Jesus.
どういう意味だ？
What do you mean? Did you watch that film?
中身を見たのか？
I did. And that's why I'm telling you. You're better off living without having to see that thing. Is it that bad?
同じようなことを別の人物からも言われたよ。一体
Someone else told me the same thing. What the hell was in that film? Why do you all say that? It's like I told you. You're better off not knowing. See me? Watching that thing drove me to murder.
あれを見ちまったために殺人まで犯すことになっちまった。
それは
Wait, you mean...
それと何の関係が？
What does that have to do with...
あるのさ。
It's got everything to do with it.
確かに俺は聖夜のやつを
Sure, there were moments I wanted to choke the life out of Seiya.
思ってた。けどな。
But still,
そりゃよくある虫がつか
I
ねえ
just
や
didn't
つ
like the
くらい
guy.
のもんだ。
That's all.
本当に殺す気なんて
I didn't
な
want to straight up kill him, but then... That mail.
あのメールが。メール
No! Oh my god! Mail, don't tell me
ある
that's...
日メールが届き始め
No!
最初はたわいもない
Oh my god! One day I started getting emails from someone, thought it was a prank at first.
そいつが10年前
But then the mail started hinting that whoever wrote them knew about 10 years ago. Started threatening me. And then he sent me the method for killing Seiya and Akari. What the fuck? Oh my god. Help, I'm imagining things? I don't think I can be of much help. Now, this is very reminiscent of, Miles Edgeworth Investigations 2. To me. The way that this, like, culprit is working. It's very cool. Hey, was that mail sent by Gensai Kumashido? Yeah, that was their name. And if I didn't get involved with that film, I wouldn't have gotten that goddamn mail. But just as Yagumo is about to ask him further, a police officer taps Ito on the shoulder. Sakio Ito, your visit time's over. Wait, Ito, did he make you commit? Look at me now! I danced to that stupid email's tune, and where did it land me? Little by little, he threatened, seduced, and manipulated me. And if you know about that guy, you better be careful too. Jesus. Ito, hurry up and get out. Just forget all of this. Forget about the film if you don't want to end up like me. If you watch it, you'll be cursed too. This way, just get out! The officer drags Ito out of the visiting room, but his manic laughter still echoes in Yagumo's ears. What the fuck is happening? What is going on?